So what you do is you take the screwdriver and you fit it within the socket of the screw, and you either turn right or clockwise to tighten the screw, or counterclockwise to loosen the screw.
We have technology.
It didn't work.
Don't worry, you're not getting a secondhand high from me or any sort of bullshit like that. So you're not hallucinating anything. Yeah, it's me. I'm still alive. My popsicle stick is still hard as f***. And there's so many goddamn console peasants out there that I have to roast because it's my source of income now, for the most part. We'll see. I mean, if you guys keep me fueled on drugs, I'll keep pumping this shit out. I mean, you guys like it. Okay.
Wow, this is garbage. You actually like this?
And luckily for you, I come to bear you good memes, because there's plenty of peasantry that's going on right now. But let's discuss the stupidity that happened just a day ago. You know, I almost wanted to respond to it right away, but I wasn't done completely roasting the amazing Lucas.
Make that make sense, you dummies.
So the PS5 had a tech hardware breakdown thingy majiggy. You know, the stuff that all these Sony ponies have told us they don't give a shit about. That they don't pay attention to hardware, they're all about the games and the experience, bro. So during that hardware breakdown, we found out that apparently the stand comes off using a flathead screwdriver. Yeah.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Flathead screwdriver. You know, it takes a few twists, and then the thing pops off. Fucking console plebs. They only have one screw. For most people out there, you know, maybe once in their life they unscrewed one thing. But apparently, people who haven't unscrewed anything before in their life are xbots. Yeah, because get this. Unscrewing that little screw right there at the bottom of the PlayStation 5? That is apparently not good engineering, and that is not impressive and too much. No, I'm not making any of this up. There are people out there in the professional industry who have this fucking opinion, and then there are your console peasants who have this opinion, and I'm gonna go through both of them. And of course, like all peasant things related, it's going to require some serious numbing, so there is one thing I have to do that you all usually expect.
Fucking Tevin and his beautiful fan base. Sean Rankin. Taxes. Liquid Richard and his beautiful fan base.
The only reason any of you are still virgins is because you can't roll like this.
First things first, that's a pretty massive console. Second, do I have to basically take things apart to lay my console down? Third, what the fuck did I just...
You know, this is why I'm a PC elitist. It's because I don't want morons like this to be interested at all in the PC platform. Not only do jackasses like Colt Eastwood come in and do things like this,
Xbox will be the best place to play next gen. Prove us wrong.
PC,
I didn't say Xbox consoles.
for real, this, holy shit. Colt has now gone with Microsoft's narrative of PC is Xbox. Because the Xbox brand alone is not strong enough, so Microsoft figured, hey, we might as well start incorporating the PC, start making some extra money. But a long time ago, I'm talking like not that long ago, maybe 2 years ago, before Microsoft took the full PC initiative, Colt Eastwood was vehemently anti-PC gaming. He was a huge PC gaming detractor because his whole goal was to get people over to Xbox, because, you know, he's a huge ass Xbox fanboy. But then the minute Microsoft said, oh, PC is now a part of the Xbox brand, because it benefits us and makes us bigger, Colt started running with that narrative and immediately ditched the previous one, because, you know, he's a grifting bitch. So now he turns to saying stupid things like the PC is Xbox. Bitch, the PC don't need Xbox. Microsoft don't need Xbox, okay? PC gaming was doing fine, just fine without Xbox. And it will do fine without them. Either way, just like this moron, I don't want them on the PC because, I mean, just look how tech illiterate this guy is. Do you want someone like that on the PC? I don't. Like, if you literally watched the video, the only thing you have to do to take the stand off, to properly lay the console on its side, is unscrew it from the bottom, plop it off, and then lay it on its side. Is that hard? Is it? And then you're shown how to access the expansion bay for the SSDs and for the xbots. It's an absolute landslide victory. Sony fucked up. This engineering's gonna ruin their goddamn console. It's over, Sony. You know, the same people that were okay with opening up their consoles to replace their hard drives or thermal paste. They're pretending like this little thing right here is the blunder that's going to make the Xbox suddenly take off and leave Sony behind. I've never seen people so entitled to not do anything that unscrewing the bottom of a console is too much for them. It's a screw, Zocker. It's either upright or on its side. How many times do you plan on switching its position?
As a user experience designer, it's a pain point and something that isn't standard. Rules 1. Keep things simple. This isn't
Simple at all.
Leave it to the xbot. I mean, you absolutely have to believe him. Take his word for it, guys. I mean, come on. He said it himself. He's a user experience designer. Doesn't say in which field exactly, but you know, we just take his fucking word for it, guys. His channel totally isn't another shrine to Microsoft. I fucking dare this guy to design one product that doesn't use a single screw. I dare him. Let's see him do it. I mean, he knows his stuff. Clearly, any screw of any sort is too much. Because if one is too much, then anything past that is gonna definitely be a burden, no? This motherfucker has the gall to be so critical of Sony for one fucking screw. Yet I don't hear him saying shit about the absolutely awful power brick that was required with the Xbox One. Do you remember that fucking huge thing? No, of course not. Having to do this one thing to lay the console down on its side? Oh dear God, that's asking for too much. Never mind the fact that you can't even unscrew the stand on the Xbox Series X. What's his #1 rule? Keep things simple? Is one screw going into a stand not simple? Are you incapable of using a screwdriver? Is that not a simple tool for you? Do we have to start with the blocks and shapes? Do we gotta go back to kindergarten? How far back do we gotta go?
I wonder what's the gallium to indium ratio in the liquid metal they are using in the PS5, or if they added tin.
You're a fucking nerd.
Just stop. Stop. Oh my God, stop. Here they come. The fucking fanboys that pretend they know shit. Is anybody actually going to give a fuck about the paste inside the console? Is that gonna be like on the box? Oh look, PlayStation uses this type of fucking paste. Xbox uses this goddamn paste. Nobody's going to give a shit. Nobody. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. And to give you some context here, what basically happened during the PS5 Hardware Breakdown is Sony mentioned that instead of using traditional thermal paste, they're using liquid metal. Yeah, I know. I give about as much of a shit as you do. So the Xbox reads something on the internet and think, oh wow, this is gonna make such a big difference, and I'm gonna go ahead and insert my own question here and pretend like it's actually gonna lead to a subject and conversation that I can keep track of. Get the fuck out of here. You don't know shit.
Everyone's really bitching about how the Xbox looks with a stand attached to it, but legitimately, if I want to reposition my PlayStation, I gotta fuck around and pull out the tool bag from the garage and probably unplug the console, dig around with screws, and then reconstruct it. LOL.
Like, I get it. Maybe if you want to replace the SSD, it requires a few screws, sure, but to reposition it, you're gonna need to bring out the tool bag. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you not have a screwdriver laying around? A flathead screwdriver? Hell, you can use a penny. Use a fucking coin. Oh my God. You call yourself a man, yet you have to pull out the tool bag to reposition your console. How many times do you plan on repositioning your console? Like, how far do you have to reach for this to be such a big issue? I hope to God you and your wife never get a flat tire and you have to pull over to the side of the road and replace it, because she's going to find out you're not a man. A lot of people feel like the PS5 stand requiring a screwdriver is bad design, but why? It'll be more solid than a plastic clasp or something like that, particularly given how much heavier next-gen consoles will be.
Because it requires a screwdriver? Take 10 to 15 minutes depending if you know what you are doing.
10 to 15 minutes? 10 to 15 minutes. The hardware teardown wasn't even that long. 10 to 15 minutes? What the actual fuck? It takes 2 minutes if you're maybe drunk or very high. Oh, come on, don't ever blame being high on anything. 1 minute if you're an adult, normal human being without any drugs in your system. This guy's seriously underestimating the things someone can do when they're under the influence. I mean, hell, me and my best friend built my PC while we were drunk as fuck. That's actually probably why the I/O was sideways for a while.
If you had drugs in your system, as I can see with this tweet, you understand that the mainstream kid does not know how to use a screwdriver.
So fucking teach them. Do you not want kids to learn how to use screwdrivers? What the hell? I don't know if most schools out there are still teaching woodshop or auto, but hell, I learned how to screw in a screw when I was what, maybe 8 years old? I'm pretty sure a kid has seen a screw once in their life. I'm pretty sure kids have seen Bob the Builder, okay? You know, Bob's showing people how to screw things in. But my God, if one screw is too much for xbots, then I'm afraid even screwing in a light bulb may be too much for them to handle.
The PS5 stand is a quiet display of engineering brilliance.
Well, I mean, what do you guys really expect? Fucking Polygon. Yeah, it's a dumb claim. Is it worth mocking? Absolutely, 100%. I agree. You can tell them, no, that's actually not that, brilliant. Almost every single piece of tech uses screws, okay? It's nothing new. It's not revolutionary, okay?
I don't think engineering brilliance should require a screwdriver.
So then by his standards, nothing out there is engineering brilliance. Cars, not genius at all, because they require screws. Graphics cards, they use screws, not genius at all. If you want to install your fans in place, guess what? You have to screw them in. That's a fucking stupid idea. Why would you screw them in? Can't you be smarter and make something that doesn't screw in? Then again, this is the senior editor of The Verge. Remember how their PC build went last time? Motherfucker threaded a screw right into the goddamn radiator. So I'm gonna go ahead and discredit Tom Warren on anything. Look at this shit. Professionals in the industry, and then your everyday Xbox gamer. Absolute morons who cannot handle the concept of screwing in a screw. Like, I knew console peasants were always tech illiterate, but I didn't think that screwing in a screw was beyond their capabilities. I always joked about that shit. I didn't think it was real. You know what? This video is way too long and this joint ran out. I'm gonna go roll another one. Catch me next video. I'll see you guys then.
Everything I do is just too sweet.